video about how I left the Jehovah's Witnesses, I figured I'd also make a video explaining why I don't believe that demons exist. So let me take you back to about age, 7 or 8, depending on who's telling the story. My mother and another sister went to a study's house, with me, of course, as a 7 or 8 year old. They sit down at the table, and there's already 3 drinks poured. There's orange juice poured for 3 of us. There's 2 adult-sized cups and 1 junior-sized cup for myself. So my mother and the other sister go through the study with this woman, and they're looking around. There's all these sorts of pagan false symbols, whatever it may be, crosses, or I'm guessing not pentagrams, or else they probably would have ran from the house screaming. And while they're studying, since I'm 7 and 8, the woman says, "Oh, you can go ahead and play around." So they let me go around this house and go play around. Now, as the story goes, depending on who's telling it, of course, it gets more verbose and grandiose as the story is being told by various people. But I'm going with the first time I was told about it, which was the next day. They said while they were doing their study, every time they reached down to their book bags to get a watchtower or get their Bible, the book bag would be across the room. So they thought that was strange. They'd walk over, grab their bag, walk back, put down the book bag, grab whatever they needed, and they would reach down again, and it was moved across the room. Obviously a bit creepy. They all said that they had this, both of them said that they had this innate feeling, like this creepy feeling, like someone was watching them, or something dark. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes, right? They leave the house. As they leave the house, they, "Oh my God, that felt so creepy. Oh my God, it was, disgusting, whatever." So they go home later that night. Now, both of them say that as they were asleep, all of a sudden, they felt these really strong hands grab hold of their throat and try to choke them to death. My mother, flailing about, can't seem to get up, feels like something's sitting on her chest and choking her, but she looks up and there's nothing there, and she screams out, "Jehovah!" And it's gone. The feeling of the hands choking her, the sitting on the chest, poof, vanished, right? And the other sister said similar. She actually felt that something was pulling down the sheets of her bed, and she would pull them up, and then sat on her chest. She felt this unbelievable weight on her chest as something was choking her throat, and for whatever reason, she screamed out Jehovah, or choked out Jehovah, whatever it may be, and poof, the feeling went away. Now, I remember my mom was shaken the next morning, drinking her coffee. Like, "Mom, what's wrong?" "I was attacked by a demon last night." Then, like, "You were attacked by a demon last night?" And now, bear in mind, the sarcastic personality hasn't really shown through on my videos as much as I really am sarcastic in real life. I've been sarcastic my entire life. So I remember being very sarcastic. "You were attacked by a demon last night?" "Yes. It was choking me, and I screamed out Jehovah, and poof, it went away. It shows Jehovah's power." And I remember at that moment, at age, I believe I was 8, to be honest with you. I don't think I was 7. I think I'm progressively getting younger every time they tell that story. Now I was like 40 years old. It's to explain away what I said next. She said, it poof, it vanished, and that proves Jehovah's power. And I said, "How come I wasn't attacked?" And my mom was just dumbfounded. She's like, You weren't?" I'm like, "No, I wasn't. I had a peaceful sleep. I dreamed about Skittles or something like that. Like nothing at all." And she was like, they sat down at the meeting, because it was a meeting night the next day. Not a surprise. Every other day was a meeting day. This was a Saturday night and Sunday morning. So she sits down with the sister, and they relate their stories. "Oh my God, you're not going to believe what happened. You're not going to believe what happened to me. Oh my God, you're not going to believe what happened to me. You're not going to believe what happened to me. Jehovah's so strong. Jehovah's so strong. Demon was choking me. A demon was choking me. He was pulling my sheets. Oh my God, he was pulling my sheets. He sat on my chest. Oh my God, he was like 300 pounds. He was choking me. And I yelled out Jehovah. And I yelled out Jehovah. Bah! And he's gone." And I remember sitting there going, "Wow, that's crazy. What would it have been?" Like, "It had to be that orange juice. She had him poured. She knew beforehand that there were going to be 3 people, so she poured the orange juice beforehand to get the demons in us." And I remember looking at them and saying, I drank the orange juice too. In fact, not only did I drink the orange juice, you let me play in a demon-possessed house all alone at age 8, playing with various, probably possessed artifacts of some sort that I was playing with. And I remember at that moment saying, like, this seems weird. Like, why in the world wouldn't demons go after an innocent 8-year-old boy? And I literally, when I was 8 years old, I remember thinking, saying, this doesn't make sense. Demons go after, things that aren't strong, that are weaker than them. And I was an 8-year-old kid. I remember thinking, there's no way. Why wouldn't they come after me? This makes no sense whatsoever. So, fast forward to about age 13. Now, 13, I was, as I mentioned before, 14, I had doubts and so forth. But 13, I had already had this experience of not really believing that demons existed. It definitely put a doubt in my head. So, I ended up having to do a report in, 13, I was 8th grade, I believe. So, I had to do a report about symbolism, and I figured what better book for symbolism than The Hobbit. So, we went to the library. My mom is, oh, I don't know about that Hobbit. It's the basis of Dungeons and Dragons. It's so evil. And I remember saying, don't worry about it. It's just a book. Whatever. I have to do this. I already signed up for it. Let me take the book. So I went and I got the book. And I got woken up at like 6 in the morning. Tim, you have to get up. Oh, okay. No, you have to get up. Oh, I had this horrible dream. I remember, like, what dream? I had another peaceful sleep. Like, out of all the sleeps I've had, those 2 nights were probably the most peaceful I've ever had. And, no, you have to get up. Alright, so I get up, I look outside, and there's a bag hanging on the door. My mom took the library book, stuck it in a Stop and Shop bag, hung it on the doorknob outside to make sure it wasn't in the house. Because, as she related to me, she had this incredible nightmare about demons that they were picking her up and, like on some sort of like gurney or something like that, and pushing her up, and it was all flames everywhere, and evil, and torture, and torment, and she was so scared, she knew it was a demon attack, she knew it was demons trying to get into her head, and so forth, and I remember thinking, I'm like, well, how come I didn't get that dream? She's like, I don't know. Yeah, I know it was demons, I know it was demons. They're saying it's that book, I know it's that book. It's definitely that book. That's the reason why. I'm like, Mom, I actually read the book. Like, I was reading that book. And I'm the one who took it out from the library. Why did you get dreams about demons and all of a sudden it's a demon attack? That's why I decided, if you believe that demons are attacking you, if you believe that demons are real, you're crazy. You have an overactive imagination, and it's getting to you. There's no demons around attacking anyone. It's just crazy people talking about how demons are attacking them for whatever reason it may be. So that is the moment. When I was 13, when I was 8, I had questions about it. Because I was far more involved in that whole study than they were. And when I was 13, I was the one who took out the book. I was the one who read it, but I didn't have dreams about demons. It made me realize that, you know what, maybe it's just that I'm normal. And I don't get attacked by demons because I'm completely normal and I'm not fucking insane. That's where it broke down. So I say the same thing. If you're going to comment on my videos or whatever, if you're going to talk about demons being real, if you're going to say that you're possessed by a demon, if you were attacked by a demon and yelling out Jehovah is the only thing that saved you, you're crazy. Go get professional help. Demons don't exist.
Got so